In the next set, you'll hear Rabbi Sharon sing three Jewish holiday songs: Esther the Queen for Purim, Eliyahu Hanavi for the Passover Seder, and How Do You Spell Chanukah for your holiday amusement. I relish composing new holiday songs for three reasons. The first is that when I was studying composition with composer Warren Benson at the Eastman School of Music, he would always advise me to fill in the holes of the catalog. By that he meant you can always write more Christmas songs, but they certainly need to be way better than Irving Berlin's White Christmas or Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire to have a sustained lifetime. There were literally hundreds, maybe thousands of very good Christmas songs already written. But if you look at the Jewish holiday index of songs, you'll find that we do not have nearly as many good songs to sing for each holiday, and the ones we do have are often rudimentary, juvenile, and meant to be simplistic. I wanted to compose slightly more interesting ones, perhaps with some humor and philosophy included. The second reason is that there have never been many Jewish holiday songs composed in English. Most songs that I grew up with were in Hebrew and Yiddish. However, today, not as many Jewish children and adults are conversant in these languages, and once again, there are holes in the catalog that shout out for English lyrics. At this point, I'm honored to thank three highly talented lyricists who have befriended me and have collaborated with me over the years on writing these songs. First, Susan Nuremberg, may she rest in peace, from Cleveland, Ohio. Then Doug Thiel in Los Angeles, and currently Marcia Hain Engel in Florida. I thank them all for giving me just the right lyrics to hang my music on. Finally, the third reason is that while Hanukkah, Purim, and Passover, among the extensive annual progression of Jewish holidays, have enduring qualities of classic texts and meanings, they, like other facets of contemporary celebrations, also change and morph in style and content in each year for every new generation. The songs, to be relevant, need to sound of the time. For example, I set Esther the Queen as a feminist statement celebrating a strong woman who saved her people, while at the same time, if you listen carefully, I use a melodic trope for chanting the Megillah of the Book of Esther. I do this to remind listeners that we live and listen to music in three time frames simultaneously: past, present, and future. The Megillah trope is the sound of Purim. If I can devise ways of bringing the chant of the past in an exciting song in the present, while honoring women who are forging a new Judaism for all of us into the future, then I have accomplished what a midrashic Jewish composer should add to the words alone. Another example of this duality is that traditionally Eliyahu Hanavi has been sung to a kind of slow, mournful dirge. Eliyahu Hanavi. The melody almost worked against the message of the text, that speedily in our time, we hope and pray for the return of Eliyahu to usher in messianic times. These times will be exciting, and a knowledgeable setting should be just as exciting in its rhythmic propulsion. The language itself has also evolved from Ashkenazic pronunciation to Sephardic. And the whole worldview of Sephardic rhythms are now more understandable and welcome in our holiday rituals. Eliyahu has definitely been reinvented with a springtime refreshing facelift in this version. Finally, while there are many more songs for Hanukkah, I observed in the past 20 years or so that the English transliteration and spelling of Hanukkah has become quite varied and at times distracting. Do you spell the beginning with CH or an H, with or without a dot underneath the H? Is there one or two Ks in the middle of the word? And does it end with an A or an H? We've all seen greeting cards, store signs, and articles in the paper with the full spectrum of these spellings. This gave Marsha Hain Engel and I humorous fodder to poke a bit of good-natured fun at it all. At the same time, if you listen carefully to the melody, while we are adding a contemporary comment in the lyric, I also employ two traditional contrasting melodies for Ma'oz Tzur and a Chalutz melody for Mi Yimalel, hidden as a midrashic comment on the simultaneity of past, present, and future, a conceptual strategy that I just explained to you. Coincidentally, as I write these companion notes that I'm speaking to you now, I am presently composing a full music album that transverses the entire Jewish year in holiday songs, original holiday songs, from the summer Tisha B'Av commemoration to the springtime Yom Ha'atzmaut, the Israeli Independence Day celebration. I call it a good year, because every year that we can celebrate our Jewishness through the holidays is always, even during these pandemic times, a good year. Look for performances of these songs on YouTube. Now here is the cantor accompanied by Dr. Robert Sharon at the piano to sing Esther the Queen for Purim, Eliyahu Hanavi for Passover, and of course, how do you spell Hanukkah?
Let us remember with true emotion, let us pay homage to Esther the Queen and rekindle the ember of true devotion. Esther, we give you our blessed esteem. Let us honor the day that we set for Purim, honor the story and all it can mean, for the valorous way that was a special time, no matter how you tell it. But one thing we cannot decide is how on earth you spell it. Some say it begins with an H, some say it starts with C. It is a bit confusing, though it really shouldn't be. It is a bit confusing, though it really shouldn't be. And that is really not the end of this most puzzling riddle. Is there only just one N, or are there two N's in the middle? And if you think that hard to judge, here's a question for today. Are there one or two K's in Chanukah, or can you spell it either way? Are there one or two K's in Chanukah, or can you spell it either way? And what about the ending? Is there an H or not? I'd better find the right way while the latkes are still hot. This is a very big dilemma, no matter how you tell it. How can I wish you a happy Chanukah if I don't even know how to spell it? So rabbis, teachers, scholars, why can't you all agree? How do you spell Chanukah, with an H or with a C? Chanukah, Chanukah, Chanukah,